I've been thinking a lot recently about the way this administration reacts to, honestly, everything. And whenever I do a segment and I talk about Caroline Leavitt having a response to reporters, and she's angry and she's mad and she's attacking the reporter and she's dodging the issue, but it's mostly just anger. I mean, Stephen Chung, that little goblin, every response he gives, whether it's in writing, on social media, or in person, is just overflowing with hate and vitriol and this unfathomable anger. The anger issues with this administration are absolutely through the roof. Watch any of them give an interview, even if it's a friendly interview with somebody they like. What is it going to be? It's going to be attacking other people, blaming other people, anger absolutely just exploding their brains. In thinking about all that over these last few months, I've come to the realization that every single person up to and including Donald Trump in this administration needs very serious therapy. And I'm not even talking about having to go into like full-blown, psychoanalyzing, with psychiatrists and prescription meds and all that. No. I'm talking about just like a regular psychiatrist or psychologist or therapist, for them to have somebody to sit down with and work through all of the issues that they are all clearly suffering from. To the point where I've kind of kept a running list over the months, because every time I see something new, some kind of new thing that I know therapists work with people on, I write it down. So let me read you a couple of these that absolutely apply to, again, pretty much everybody in the administration. First one is the obvious, like I said, the anger issues. These people are mad about everything. You could ask them a great question. They'll get mad. A couple weeks ago, Caroline Leavitt started bragging about Trump's accomplishments, but she's literally like gritting her teeth and screaming about them. Like allegedly good news, and you're pissed off about it. You're an angry person with serious anger problems that you could work out if you talk to a therapist. They never accept the blame. They blame Biden or Democrats for everything. Government shutdown's a great example. The number of times Caroline Leavitt has said, Joe Biden, Trump blaming everything on Biden. All of his ills are because of evil Democrats. They never accept responsibility. They never accept blame. And when you do that, when you think that everything horrible that happens to you is because of an external force, you can't grow as a person. And again, a good therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist, whoever, they could help you work through that and you'd be a better person for it. The masculinity issues. This is a big one, right? You've got Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Pete Hegseth out there showing videos. We're doing pull-up competitions. Look at how strong we are. Look at how masculine we are. Look at us. We're the epitome of what a man should be, right? Right? Please tell us we're right. Because they're insecure in their masculinity. And usually, if you're a follower of Freud, that stems from being inadequate in other departments. And again, doesn't make you a bad person for being inadequate down there, but that is something that a good therapist could work with you on. The need for control and obedience, right? That is definitely something that you see in abusers. People who are ordered by the courts to go to the mandatory counseling after they've committed domestic violence. It's the need for control, the need for obedience. Everybody must serve me. The therapists work with people to get over that. To accept you have to take some responsibility, you have to do things, and it's okay for people to disagree. There's no reason to fly off the handle when that happens. So it also goes back to the anger, and it also goes back to the inability to accept blame for anything. Maturity issues. This arrested development that I've talked about. It was the worst, obviously, with Elon Musk, but Stephen Chung is grotesque looking, but also grotesquely immature. Donald Trump has become more immature as he gets older, and I think that stems from his neurological issues that are kind of pushing him backwards in time to, again, like the mentality of a child. Don't know that a therapist could help him with that. You're probably looking at maybe needing prescription drugs. But the other folks, the immaturity, yeah, therapy could help. They're always miserable. Like, they're always unhappy. Sure, they can smile and pose for pictures, and Trump will go out there and laugh every now and then, but it's not genuine. These people are genuinely unhappy, miserable human beings, and I think the only time they can find joy is to make everybody else miserable, more miserable than they are. So again, therapy can help with that, and the defensiveness. If you ask them a question, even if you're not attacking them in the question, they will attack you. All of this, folks, and there's so many more, but all of this adds up to an administration that might actually not destroy the country if they would each spend a couple hours a week simply going to therapy. Yes, it really could be that simple. We could save America by getting some good White House therapists permanently on staff. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.